Thank you for tuning in to another episode of Time Traveler's Handbook. Today we're going to be doing a bit of speculation work for our 100th episode, and the speculation is going to be on the recent Loki trailers that came out for the TV series that is coming up in June. So spoilers ahead for those trailers if you have not seen them and don't want light speculation on what would be happening in the show. Obviously, I don't have details, but I think it'll be fun to think about. I want to preface this by saying that I don't normally watch trailers before I go in and watch something. I'd like to go in as cold as I possibly can. But in this case, I got some recommendations to watch it because it was going to be my kind of thing, and those people were totally right. And I definitely enjoyed starting to think about what was going to happen in the show. So first off, there are two trailers. One is more teasy, and the other one is a little bit more fleshed out, provides a little bit more context to what is going on in the show. But in the first one, we learn that Loki basically exists in this pocket dimension called the TVA, or the Time Variance Authority. This is where this organization operates, and they kind of manage timelines, is the basic gist of what I understand from the comics. Now, I haven't read the comics, I've just kind of read a summary of what they do, but these are basically time cops. They will go around to the different parallel timelines, and they will make sure that they are not splintering off too much of the direction that they're supposed to be going. They have these kind of golden portals that go through to different times, different alternate dimensions, something like that, probably different dimensions, so that they can police the areas that are of interest. They state that they protect the proper flow of time, and thus that's kind of their mission statement is that they want to protect anomalies from happening in the alternate realities that are created from time travelers. Now, they keep on calling Loki a variant of probably what the original Loki is. This comes into context a bit after having talked about Avengers Endgame and what's going on with the parallel realities there. So, in a nutshell, every time they time traveled in Avengers Endgame, they were creating an alternate universe, a branching path that went in a different direction. In one of those branching paths, Loki acquired the Tesseract and attempted to escape. And what this basically resulted in is the TVA being alerted that they have an anomaly in one of their time streams. So they went and grabbed Loki. They're bringing him in, and they're calling him this variant Loki because he's not the original reality Loki. Obviously, that Loki is dead now, and so Loki only exists as this variant version. I like the idea that they call people that are not part of the origin reality. They have kind of a classification for those people. That is a pretty cool concept for how do you keep track of what is the correct version of reality. The thing I mentioned earlier about a pocket dimension, the fact that the TVA it kind of exists inside of this pocket dimension, it springs from the fact that they say that time works differently here in the TVA. This goes back to what I've said previously about pocket dimensions, where they're an area that is unaffected by the normal laws of time and space. So I don't know if this means that the TVA has no time and they're kind of just stuck at one place, or if it's just the fact that they can travel to any point in time and space, that it doesn't really matter what time it is. So that's kind of in general what they talk about in the trailers. And I wanted to say that the first thing that I talked about was, is this going to completely blow any theory that I had about Avengers Endgame out of the water? And I am going to reserve that judgment until I've seen the show. It looks like some of the things in there might go differently from what I envisioned it originally, but I'm very hopeful that most of the things that happen still happen roughly the same way. I'm looking forward to watching this when it comes out. June 11th is the airing date, and I'll be sure to be talking about it when that day comes. That's all for today. As always, thank you for listening.